All right, everybody, welcome to Huntsville, Alabama. I got a special video. I want to do a interview with a gentleman who owns the shop behind me, which is Autoworks, on a very successful shop. And it's unique because he actually works with a lot of dealerships, but not in the sense that you think that you would typically work with dealerships. So I want to kind of extract some information from him to share with y'all, and hopefully you can get some value from this video. So let's go on in and meet him. Everybody meet Prin, owner of Autoworks here. When did you get in business? When did you start?
We started July of 2019.
2019. Yep. And then you started in a different location. This is...
Yes, we started in the basement, what we call it.
Yeah, the two bays.
The two bays.
So we just went over there and checked that out. Awesome little place to get started. Like, how did you get started in the industry?
I've been detailing for years out of my garage at home.
Yeah.
But wasn't able to really be in the industry because I gained a family. Needed health insurance, blah, blah, blah. So I had a regular job, but people kept bringing me their stuff to clean, and it just kind of, blossomed from there. One day the wife was like, hey, why don't we just start a business at this? Because you're doing it every day when you're off, And it's like, let's do it, why not?
That's awesome. So what I want to share with everybody watching right now is you started in 2019, 6 years in, right?
Right.
And what was your revenue last year?
About 2 million.
$2 million. And how many employees?
12 roughly.
That's amazing. Okay, so what I want to understand is how you go from where you started to where you're at now. So would you mind giving us a little tour of the shop?
Come on back.
So this is an awesome, huge waiting room that you have up here. This is a huge luxury for a lot of detailers. They don't have this big waiting space here and a nice desk. What did this used to be?
Used to be an old tire shop.
Okay.
Yep. It's actually 2-story. So upstairs is a mezzanine level where basically they house all the tires that will come in from the trucks or whatever. But we did add some things to it. We kind of did some tinting on the sides here so people can't just look in to see what we got going on. I added AC and heat, a few ceiling fans, and all of that. The rest of it is just hard work.
Nice. Let's see the shop.
Sure, come on back.
What is the square footage of the entire building?
Almost 8,500.
Okay.
Yep.
Killer. And then how much is the square footage of the actual
About
work?
6.
Okay. So you're doing everything here. You're doing PPF, window tint, ceramic coating.
All of it.
You do interior details?
Interior, exterior details.
You do washes and everything too?
We do washes also. Even when it's 30 degrees outside. I hear the pressure washer going
outside.
Now. Yeah.
It gets cold here still.
It gets cold. It gets cold, but the unique thing about this building is the way it's designed, I can wash in this bay right here. We actually have a system set up where we can put on the floor and the water drain right outside the door.
Oh, that's cool.
So it works out great for us when it's really cold outside.
That's awesome. So a lot of beautiful high-end luxury cars. What's unique, I think, that I want to get across to everybody is that you actually work with a lot of dealerships in the area.
Yes, we work with a ton of dealerships.
As a detailer, when I think about it as dealerships, is used car like cleanups, you know, like usually it's like $120, $125, and it's like this disaster detail that you're trying to get clean, and it's hard to make money. I mean, like, are you doing any used cars, or is it just?
We do very few.
Okay.
Very few. Every now and then they'll give us a call and say, hey, my team can't get it, because usually your car dealership's going to have their own detail crew anyway, but they are not versed and trained on what we can do. Okay. So if you bring your car here, then you're going to have to, I hate to say this, but you're going to have to pay a little bit more for our services, But they know when it leaves here, it's going to be right. And that's what they want, is a happy customer that's going to be returning back to them to spend more money with them,
I want to dig into the dealership a little bit because I think that's a really unique kind of thing they got. What is the percentage of like dealership work that you're doing versus like actual walk-in retail work?
Right now, it's about 30 to 40% dealership work. Okay. And sometimes it would get a little higher than that because we do a ton of dealership work for all of the higher end dealerships here in town. So during the summertime, they're selling a lot of cars. We're getting a lot of phone calls from dealerships. Hey, we got PPF, we need ceramic coating, we need window tinting. When can you do it? A lot of times they won't even call it, they just drop it off. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Hey, let us know what you're doing.
They'll tell you later about
it. Sure.
No, that's awesome. Well, we were talking earlier, and I thought it was really unique, kind of how you work with dealerships. So you're working with dealerships with the customers that are buying the vehicles.
Yes.
The dealership almost sells the services for you.
Correct.
And then they bring it here. But then after that, they become your customer.
They're my customer. Yep.
That's awesome.
The way it kind of happens is the dealership will call us to talk with the customer personally about it. You know, show them our services. They already know, they've already put that plug in the customer's ear, but then they want us to take the extra step to drive it home. You know, so they'll call me, hey, you know, I go up, talk to them about our paint protection film, for instance, show them what it is, what it entails, how long it will take for us to install, and the benefits of having that. Well, the cool thing about our paint protection film is we offer a 30-day policy that I want to see that car back in my shop in 30 days. You know, so this gives us the opportunity to talk with the customer and say, hey, if you have any other vehicles you need protecting, when you buy another vehicle, you can bring that here, you know, and it kind of, you know, that gives me that leeway of just being with the customer instead of being at the dealership. You know, it kind of drives everything home. And then we become very personal with that customer and develop that relationship. You know, and then they're going to tell their friends, hey, go to Autoworks. And that's where it grows.
Getting started, I mean, that's the hardest part, I think, for most detailers that may be watching right now, is like actually starting that relationship with the dealership, because, you know, dealers kind of have this notorious type of reputation for being scumbags, right? You know, so how are you finding this success? Like, how did you start? You know, I know you met and you started detailing with some of the owners, but like, how have you continued to work with them and be successful in the higher end, like ceramic coating, PPF?
Well, I just offer, like their sales team, I'll offer them, you know, clean their car up or something, you know, do whatever it takes to get in there with the sales team, because the sales team's the one doing the work, not the dealership owner. You know? So if you get in with the sales team and just tell them, hey, I'll give you a few $100s if you sell a ceramic coating for me. You know? So that drives everything for us. You know, we're very, very good friends with the sales teams at all of our dealerships. And sometimes they'll call me direct. Hey, you know, I got this customer. I don't want to run it through the dealership. I hate to say that, you know, but you know, whatever it takes, you know, you take care of your people. You know, so I will definitely take care of that sales team. So
you're working directly with a lot of the sales guys. Building those relationships. Is it weird to, because obviously you had a relationship with one of the owners before. Like if I'm approaching a new dealership, like I kind of feel a little bit you know, insecure about just walking in there and talking to one of the sales guys, thinking of like, what is the owner going to think? Or am I going to get kicked out of there? How do you think somebody should approach that, like a new dealership?
I always approach the owners first, or the GM. You know, always approach them first. You know, tell them that you tint their windows. You know, show them what you can do. Because there's a lot of detailers in our area, you know, but what makes us stand out is one, the products, and two, the service. You know? So if they believe in you 100%, then they don't mind their sales teams talking to you as well. You know, because their sales team is ultimately going to sell that vehicle, is going to sell that product, and then I want to give back as much as I can. You know, I'll give back to the GM or the dealership. You know, I'll have them go through their finance company or whatnot, whatever it takes to make it work.
Any of the dealerships that you're working with, are they currently working with some of these lower quality products that kind of sell warranties instead of, you know, the actual types of products? Are they working with any type of stuff there? Or
There's a couple dealerships that do sell the lower grade type stuff, I like to call it. But it's
basically just a warranty.
Exactly. That's basically what it is. But then they also know what I sell too. And so for their top tier program or top tier vehicles, they come to Autoworks. They still sell their stuff, but for the top tier, they know it's a difference in the two. You know? There's a difference in having a warranty product than a difference in having a top tier product, a top tier in the world product. You know? And we're the only people in town to provide a top tier service and a top tier product, whether it's our PPF or our ceramic coatings.
Do you provide them with any marketing materials that they use?
I do.
That's nice.
That's sitting right there on the desk.
And then what is their benefit? I mean, because you talked about like, okay, do you charge the dealership directly, or do you charge the customer directly, or how does the dealership get their benefit?
Yeah. So normally, if it goes through their finance, basically I just invoice the dealership.
Okay.
For the work. They take a certain percentage. They charge the customer, but we try to have our prices to be nominal. Whereas, if the customer gets charged by the dealership, they can call here to see what our prices are, and it's almost the same price. So the customer's not feeling like, oh my gosh, I got shot in the foot. They got me.
Yeah.
So I take a little hit when I do that, but it's going to create volume for me because the dealer is going to start selling our product, and the volume is where I'm making the money at.
Right. How many technicians do you have?
I have roughly 10.
$2 million. How do you do that? Like, is it open all 24/7?
I wish it was sometimes. We need that. But no, we work some days, some weeks, 6 days a week.
Okay.
So it's a lot of hard work, long nights. One of my techs, I'm sure, was here past 9 o'clock last night.
Wow. Okay.
But they grind. They grind for us, and they know the benefits. When they go out on the street, if they got an Autoworks shirt on, everybody's like, oh, you work for Autoworks, If they tell their friends, where they working at or whatnot, then everybody's like, oh crap, we're at that level, where we've been recognized.
Just a good reputation.
That's it.
But I mean, in 6 years, that's not that long of a time to build that much of a reputation.
Seems like it was yesterday.
I know. It is. I mean, 6 years is long, but it's really short in the scheme of things, right?
Mm-hmm. It's very crazy. Short. Yeah.
So where do you spend most of your time during the day?
I get asked that question a lot. I'm all over. I'm building relationships at dealers or wherever I need to be. If I'm working, I'm outside with the team working. I'm in here showing them some detailed, things like that, because that's my background, detailing. My background isn't paint protection films or ceramic coatings. I want to be here at the front of the shop. This is our detail area. This is where I want to be, showing these guys, what to do and what not to do. Let's get a better result by trying this way or that way, This is what I love to do. I'm hardly ever back there.
Okay. So that's kind of like the film area back here, and up here is more of correction and coatings?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay, and then you wash outside.
Exactly.
Do you spend time up with the customers and sales and everything, or because as an owner, for me, it's the same thing. As an owner, as a detail shop, I where should I go?
Yeah, exactly.
And for me, I always felt comfortable doing the hands-on work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was in the back working with the team most of the time, and I wasn't in the sales office.
I'm rarely in the sales office. My team there, we have our set prices. It's very simple. As long as you can talk to a customer, that's all it requires. And so they might have a question for me every now and then. I'll go and talk to them. That's about it. Yeah.
Doesn't that feel good to be able to have a sales team, and you're kind of you don't even know what's coming in the next day. You're just like, hey, where'd this come from? What are we doing to it? And
I open up your able, and it's already full. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
That is such a luxury.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird to sit back and just hear the phones ringing all day long, and talking, because the business is now driving itself. I'm not driving the business, So that gives me a little more time to spend with family if I need to.
Yeah. How do you go about training your team then? Whether it's a sales guy or a technician, do you have some sort of standard operating procedure, or is it kind of like you're working with them, or you team them up with somebody?
Usually I team them up with somebody, and then I'm overseeing that whole team.
Okay.
And then when it comes to our films and things of that sort, I want to send them off, to try to be certified or some sort of training when it comes to film.
Yeah.
Everybody's in here has been to some sort of film training.
Yeah.
So ceramic coatings, a lot of things that, when it comes to ceramic coating training, I can give that.
Right.
And that's the gist of it.
Most popular services,
ceramic coating and film kind of run neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
We are known for our ceramic coatings and our films. So when it comes to films, the installation process, when you put film on a car, you don't want to see it.
Right.
But you want to know it's there.
Right.
So it's the customer knows it's there, but their friends can't see it. So that's the goal.
Yeah. And you don't have a clean room here. You're kind of doing the work in one big space.
Exactly.
This is a really nice space, by the way, too. I like it.
Thank you.
But any issues with contamination or anything, or?
Because we're buffing right next door to doing paint protection film, there is that issue. There's dust flying around here. Sometimes we're cutting really hard. There's a lot of dust. But these guys know our quality and what that I expect when it goes out of the shop. So they make sure that the PPF is washed out completely, that there's no dust or trash is in it. So it's a long process, you know, and it's got to be accurate, but they know what we require. So it's our namesake.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This is what we got, so make it happen.
This is it.
Yeah, I
this
love
is
it, man.
Yep. This
I
is
love it, man. That's killer. So a lot of these cars, I mean, like, what are we doing to this one?
This one's going to get full body satin PPF.
Oh,
yeah.
That'll look cool with the emerald green color.
Yep. It's going to be awesome when we're done with it. This Porsche here is getting a full body, the clear PPF.
Okay, full body.
Yep.
Wow.
We have a brand new Z over here that just got done getting a full body.
So a lot of full bodies then.
We do a lot of full body PPF.
Okay.
Yep.
How many PPF installers do you have?
2.
Just 2?
2.5.
Okay.
So our GM actually is a PPF installer as well. So if she's not too busy up front, then she can come back here and, you know, like if we get a collision car in, she can throw on a bumper or something, you know, very quick. So she helps out a lot.
And I see these banners over here. Number 1, 2022. Number 1, 2023.
And we're hoping to add another one.
Yeah. Number 1 in what?
In the world, no, in the United States. In the United States for G-Technique ceramic coating installations.
Oh, wow.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
congratulations.
And I never think that we're going to be number 1, but we do a lot of work. You know, you get caught up in the work that you do, I suppose.
Yeah,
but,
Huntsville, Alabama.
In Huntsville, Alabama, yeah. Who would have thought?
Do you have a lot of competition around here or anything? Or do you feel like, you know, like you guys are probably on a different level with reputation and everything.
Exactly. Well, I mean, there are a couple competitors. They do good work, you know, but the product is what sells our work. You know, having G-Technique, which is the #1 ceramic coating company in the world, we're the only suppliers of that here in Huntsville, and that helps us tremendously because a lot of our customers that are buying, look at the cars we have here, Porsche, you know, BMW X6, these customers do their research because they don't want just garbage put on their cars. So they come to us because they know what we provide for them.
Yeah.
So that helps us out being #1. We're part of the PCA, the Porsche Club of America. Okay. We take a car for them for the past 3 years and won first place in a national competition.
Wow.
This is national,
For what is the competition?
That's overall cleanliness, detailing, ceramic coatings, paint protection films, or whatnot. I mean, it's a white glove, almost like what people would say, taking it to Pebble Beach to be on a concours style judging level.
That's awesome.
These judges that judge these cars actually judge at like concours Pebble Beach contest.
So you said a member of the PCA. Are you like a part of it, or like you're a vendor, a preferred vendor?
I am part of it. We pay a membership fee.
Okay.
Yeah, we're part of it. So everybody knows about us.
That's awesome. And I see Car Supplies Warehouse box.
Oh,
we didn't set that there. They were just laying there. Some film in there? Nice.
Yes, sir. Optical.
That's awesome, man. No, this is a killer shop.
Thank you.
Killer everything, man.
Thank you. You should come back in the summertime.
No, thank you. I heard it gets hot in here.
It's hot, but yet the parking lot sometimes is so full of cars.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, it really helps us out being here. Really
okay,
does.
so you're 6 years in. What does the next 5 years look like for you? What do you want to do?
I want to have another shop, another location.
Yeah?
Yep. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Maybe in the Tennessee area. We love what we do. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I have great employees.
That's the key, isn't
The
it?
employees is what run the shop.
Yeah.
You know, so great employees.
Well, I appreciate you taking us on a little tour and showing us around. Let me pick in your brain about the dealerships and everything and what makes you successful, man. I appreciate it. And I love it, dude. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.